Today, let's talk about how to finally start journaling. I've been journaling for over 10 years now, and I had some ups and downs. I stopped writing and I came back to journaling over and over again till I finally figured out what works for me, and now I'm going to tell you what I learned from that experience. I started writing my first ever journal not knowing what I was actually doing back then because it wasn't that popular. I just took a notebook to write my ideas and thoughts so I wouldn't forget about anything. When I graduated high school, I went to study at the university and I started using calendar which had some space in every day to write. I was writing important things that I've planned for the day. I stopped using calendars when the pandemic hit because I was grounded in my home anyway and it didn't make more sense. But 3 years ago, I was scrolling through TikTok and bumped into videos where people were showing their journals and talked about how journaling helped them with ADHD, anxiety, planning, and even how it changed their life.
This is a journal routine that has truly changed my life.
How I manifested Jacob is I wrote in my manifestation journal, Jacob Fowler, Jacob Fowler, Jacob Fowler, the day that I met him.
This is the one journal exercise everyone needs to do to start 2023. It's something I call the dream version of yourself. You're feeling misaligned in your life right now and you're just lacking that direction. I want to share with you 3 journaling questions that I do each night that have literally changed my life around.
And I was like, okay, I need to take journaling seriously and try again. So I bought a journal and listened to advice from people on the internet and took them too seriously. And I really thought that my journal needs to look like their journals because they had a lot of views on TikTok, so this is the right way to do it. And it didn't work for me. I had journaling burnout, so I came back to my old way of writing a journal. And again, I listened to some advice but took them with a grain of salt. And finally, it started working for me. The first thing that I did differently was I stopped thinking that journaling will change my life. This gave me anxiety whenever I heard that sentence. It's not that deep. I took journaling too seriously and I was scared that sentences that I'm writing in my journal are not gonna help me become better version of myself. This is so stupid when I think about this right now. But I need to admit that journaling helped me understand my feelings. And I realized that I wrote down what my intuition was trying to tell me, but I wasn't listening unless I wrote it down. That's why some people like to answer some questions in their journals, like, how do you feel right now? Mood and habit trackers are overrated for me. You don't need to have them in your journal. You don't have to track your everyday mood or how much water you drink. This also gave me anxiety when I had to write in my journal every day or every time I've done something. For example, if I read a book or work out. I don't know how this helps people with ADHD. I don't know if this helps anyone, but if it works for you, then do it. But if it gives you fear of missing out, then just write in your journal only when you feel like it and never force yourself to write. You can write only about bad days or good days in your journal. I've heard a lot of opinions that you shouldn't write about sad days because this will make you more depressed, or you can't write only about happy days because this is not realistic. I don't agree with that. This can actually help you understand your feelings and understand what makes you happy or what makes you sad. So if you notice that you write only about sad or happy days, then just do it if you like. It's not a novel. You are not going to publish your journal, so whatever. This is probably the most important thing and I forgot to record it. So your journal doesn't have to be aesthetic inside. Sometimes you can make ugly pages. I'm not going to show you because I wrote something important for me, so you can just pretend that you saw it. So this is ugly page. Sometimes I make nice pages. Sometimes the first page is just with few stickers and I write when I started this journal. For example, this journal I started in 2023 And it's nothing fancy. I just took some stickers that had nice colors and that's it. It doesn't have to be aesthetic. It's not a photo book. It's just a journal. I also like to watch people making their pages in journals, and I compared myself. And I thought that if my page doesn't look good, it's trash. It took me so much time to realize it doesn't matter because I don't have a whole Instagram account dedicated to my journal and nobody will see it anyway. Of course, I try to make nice journals, but if the text is more important than nice stickers, I don't care anymore. Stop comparing yourself. Another thing is that your journal doesn't have to be aesthetic inside, but I've noticed that if the cover of the journal is ugly or pages inside are too thin and have ugly lines, it's harder to have motivation to write, so take your time to find a nice journal with nice pages. I fell in love with binder journals because you can change pages, you can take out the page you don't like, and the most important thing for me is that it's easier to write in this kind of journal because you can take out the page and fill it without bending the spine of the notebook. Also, if you don't fill the whole journal, you don't have to have blank pages because you can take them out and it looks nicer. You don't have to be consistent. I'm not. Sometimes I don't have time and sometimes I even forget that I have a journal. So this is why I recommend to find a journal without days or months and even year on the cover, because if you won't feel it, it will make you feel like it's not completed. And the last thing, you don't have to actually write in your journal if it's too difficult for you, but you can fill pages with tickets, photos, stickers, and everything that reminds you of something that happened. And I also like to do it when I don't know what to write, but I want to remember the day that something happened. When I travel, I try to collect tickets. I also like to go to vintage shops and buy old photo cards. And I think nowadays it's actually easy to make nice pages because you can find a lot of stickers in local shops. I remember when I started journaling that finding anything nice was really hard and I had to buy everything online. Everything that I said in this video actually worked for me, and I hope you can learn something from my experience. In my opinion, the most important thing is to not take it too seriously. Before TikTok and Instagram, we didn't compare ourselves that much and we didn't know how people's journals looks like. We were just writing our thoughts, our feelings. We just wanted to have space to express ourselves. And nowadays it looks like it's a competition. And also we didn't think about it like it has to be aesthetic. So yeah, this is all I wanted to say, and I hope that you liked this video. If you did and you would like to see me more, then consider subscribing to this channel. And see you next time. Bye bye.